Hey y'all, hey, I'm your girl T from Highway Hustle. I'm back with another video, y'all. I don't really upload or vlog over here. I'm still trying to build this channel. However, I am going to get more consistent because, baby, it's been some shenanigans out here. But if you're new to the channel, thank you for stopping by the channel. Please consider liking the video, sharing out the video, leaving me a comment because I do answer every single one of them. For the returning members and subscribers, welcome back, family. Welcome back, y'all. So, we're going to get into what I have learned in the past 4. In the past 34 days of being active on my authority, right? So, there's a difference between applying for your authority, right? And then I applied for my authority on November the 8th. I didn't go active until December the 2nd. So they have that 30-day waiting period that you have to wait to go active, right? So I've learned that it's because let me back it up I'm gonna say the statement, and then I'm going to put a caveat on that, right? It is not it is difficult, right, as a new MC because a lot of brokers want work with you, right? Because your new MC is not aged. Your authority needs that, you know, 3-month period, right? You can kind of get some grace. 60 days, a little more might open up. 90 days, a good bit more will open up, and then your 120 days, and then your once you reach your 6-month mark, right, you can go and see if Amazon Relay will take you. And then of course at your 1-year mark, the floodgates are going to open for you, right? So the caveat to why I am going to say that it is not that hard is because of people that have paved the way. So shout out to Big Vic TV, shout out to the Box Truck Company, shout out to Trucking Out of Box, I think it's called, and Motivation in Trucking, right? So um those folks have kind of paved the way, right? So that the new MCs coming along, they will know that, a Landstar or a Circle Logistics, TQL, um, will work with you, right? As a new MC. So if you are getting into the trucking game, watch those channels and tell them T from Highway Hustle sent you. Um, a lot of them have coaching one-on-one sessions. A lot of them have mentoring sessions, right? They are uh some of them are up in price. But what are you willing to invest in you, right? So go check out the free content, the gems they drop in the free content. Imagine the gems that you get in that paid for version, right? So you got to take accountability and responsibility for investing in you because I'm going to invest in me, right? Um, so in that first 34 days, right? And I'm going to say the first 30 days, because we're talking about revenue at the moment. So in those first 30 days, I ran my first load was with TQL. Well, that's all I've really consistently been running, except a few private loads, right? Um, so my first month with TQL, I might have ran from December 9th until about December 22nd. Now, keep in mind, I had 34-hour resets in there as well. So I think it equated to about 9 loads, and I made almost $6,000, right? 9 loads, almost $6,000. I don't think that's too shabby for somebody with a new MC. Now, What I also learned is these brokers will try and play you. A box truck, depending on the lane and the market, should not pay less than $2 a mile, bare minimum, right? Now, I'm shooting for $2 a mile, but again, it's depending on the lane. 175 can $1.75 a mile can be decent, right? But I like to start at $2 a mile. Okay. I like to start at $2 a mile. And the further up north I'm going, the more coins I'm gonna need. So I came into this game knowing a good bit about the trucking industry, right? My dad, a owner operator, right? Um, but on the semi side of things. But mileage, breakdowns, things of that nature, they still remain the same, right? Whether it's a truck, whether it's a semi, they all need tires, they all need oil, they all need maintenance, right? Um, so there are a little, of course, similarities, but for the main concept that I'm trying to give you here, it's the same, right? So, um, I say all that to say I came in the game with a good bit of knowledge, right? And I did my own research. And then I went and I watched the Big Vic, I watched the Box Truck Company. I watched Couple, excuse me. I watched Motivation and Trucking Out of a Box. Those are just a few of the channels, right? Because when I first did this, I started out with a cargo van and I quickly figured out that cargo wasn't for me, right? So we started out with a cargo van and I think the cargo van was just too small, right? So then we were going to get a Sprinter. Y'all, my lips are feeling a little dry here. Give me just a second. Um, okay. Sorry about that. Pardon the interruption. That's a little better there. So we we're gonna get a Sprinter after selling the cargo, right? Now keep in mind we do own a car lot, so um getting the box truck or getting a cargo, even getting a semi would not have been a problem, right? So we sold we went and got the box truck, right? We paid 14,000 cash for it, and we sold the box truck. The cargo van maybe a couple of days later. Um, People, it was crazy. People was just going crazy over the cargo van. And maybe that could have been people that were already in the cargo business, right? So, long story short, we sold that. We bought the box truck, 14,000 cash. And then and it is a Freightliner M2. That is the one that I recommend getting if you're going to get a box truck. Get a Freightliner M2. Um, so now we are looking to scale our second box truck or possibly a flatbed. Now I do have a commercial 26-foot box truck. I do not have a non-commercial. The reason I have a commercial one is because I do have a CDL. So the next one that we scale, of course, will have to be non-commercial because my husband does not have a CDL. Anything over 26,001 pounds, you need a CDL. So basically, anything over 26,000 pounds, you need a CDL. Period. Okay. Otherwise, get you a non-commercial 26-foot box truck. Um, so I've learned that yes, being a female in logistics, right? Had I not had the knowledge that I have, because these brokers they do be trying to play me because I'm a female, and I quickly shut that down, right? Um, we're not running for less than $2 a mile, depending on that lane, right? Um, Now, does that mean that I didn't take any loads that I thought were okay before I learned what I learned, right? Because trust me, I took some L's. I did. I took some L's. However, Knowing the knowledge that I know now on the box truck side of things, run me my money, right? I don't care how new my authority is, run me my money because I know what I know, right? So in other words, and you have to bring really, really good negotiation skills to these brokers. Like I had one that wanted me to go from Fayetteville, Georgia to Bellingham, Massachusetts, I think it was, for $2,000. $1.18, $1.20 a mile. Are you insane? Nah, bro. You go ahead and keep that load. And guess what? When I look on the load board, that load was still sitting there for days later till they finally start increasing it. One thing I love about DAT and the truck stop load board is they show you what you should be, what the spot market rate is. One thing I wholeheartedly agree with Big Vic on is, as a new MC, it is tough, but it's not that tough. Bring your negotiation skills to the table, right? You don't have to let them know where you got your information from, but you can let them know that you know what you know, right? So when I got to negotiating that, and I still didn't even take the load because of what I had to go through, right? Um, and by that time, I had already booked another load. So they wanted $1.18, $1.20 a mile. I think not. Okay. I did get it up to $3.05 a mile. Spot market rate said it should have been on a 38-day average of about $3.18 a mile, right? So have them at least meet you in the middle, okay? Have them at least meet you in the middle, okay? Um, so yeah, but I ended up still not taking the load. So basically, know your lane, get DAT, get truck stop load board, um, and get the paid for versions, y'all, because you can see more. Hook up to Load Connect. I dispatch myself, right? You don't have to have a dispatcher. Um, but the more trucks you're running, and if you're still driving, then you're gonna need to hire you a dispatcher when you get to that point, right? Um, so yeah, I've learned a lot in these past 30 days. Book your loads. I generally look at the load board every single day. Um, you don't want to deadhead, a lot of miles just to get the load. Um, you don't want to get stuck in places like Arizona, New Mexico, Virginia. Virginia is a Commonwealth state, right? So they will take in, but it's not a whole lot coming out. When you get on the DAT load board, again, a gem from Big Vic, right? And let me go ahead and show y'all this. I don't want to make this video too long, but I do want to show you guys this. So let me come back to you guys. Let me share my screen, right? But in order to get nuggets, y'all, sometimes the video does have to be a little long. Okay. Okay. All right, guys. So this is the DAT load board, right? I am up on the load board on DAT right now. As you can see, there are a lot of loads up here. This is where you put your origin at, right? This is where how much you're willing to deadhead. If you don't have a specific destination, you don't have to put anything there. This is the drop down where you put all of your equipment that you have, right? Full and partial load, 26 foot. I can scale 10,000 pounds, and I have today's date in there, right? Now this is going from Tennessee to Fresno, California, 87 cents a mile. I think not. You can click on this load, and this is where I struggle right here. When I don't remember. So I'm gonna right click, and it still didn't do it for me, y'all. Hold on. Bear with me. Let's see. Will it do it that way for me? Nope, it ain't doing it that way. Give me just a second. I'm trying to show y'all what I'm trying to show y'all. And right click now. Okay, there we go. So you click in the checkbox, check it, and then right click. Okay, and I'm on my Mac. Um, so as we saw that this trip was like 36 hours and some change, right? They're offering 2100 for 90. Which one are we on? Making sure we're on the right one. Okay, Kingsport. Um 80, excuse me, they're offering 87 cents a mile, right? And this is your spot market rate. Now, let me be the first. Let me stop right here. And let me be the first to say, I know what I know in trucking. And while I do know a lot, I don't claim to be a professional in this because I'm not. We can all still learn from one another. So if I say something that is not correct, I don't mind you leaving me a comment, right? But don't be rude with it. Okay. So there's that. So this is on the Knoxville market to Cali market. This is 2,470 miles 2,470 miles on a 30-day average. And you can see that right here, okay? That's your miles in the average, and then this is your market, right? Now, these market rates are powered by DAT1, okay? So it says you should be getting at least 4,646 uh dollars. Now, this also depends on the equipment that you're running. So this right here would be for this flatbed or this step deck. If you do not know, right? And that's the other thing. You have to pay attention, right? You have to pay attention. So we could run the flatbed for this amount, right? We could run the flatbed for this amount. But let me, because we're talking about box trucks, let me go to something that has a box truck because, okay, so this is going from Tennessee to New Jersey, but they don't have a price. I want something that is a straight box that has a price so I can show you what I'm talking about. Well, I mean, I still showed you on a flatbed, but let's just see if we can find one on a straight box because, okay, so this one has a price. It's not going very far, but hey, we're gonna go ahead and look at it. So Monster Truck LLC is on this one. They're paying $1.44 a mile. It's going to Greenwood, from Greenwood, South Carolina to Auburn, Alabama. So let's go ahead and highlight this one. Let's go and right click on it. And so they're offering $400, right? This is a round trip of 277 miles. Keep in mind, this is 277 miles if you are in Greenwood. So if you are not in Greenwood and you're like me, you're way in Atlanta, baby, that's deadhead. Okay. Unless they're gonna cover you for deadhead, you don't want this load. And also, if they're not gonna give you at least $2.74 a mile for you to at least get $759. Now, this goes all the way up to $3.08 a mile. However, you want them to at least meet you in the middle. So although it says $2.74 a mile, baby, go and try to get you somewhere in this median right here, right? Because the name of trucking is to make that money, honey. Okay, so that's what it looks like. Whether it's a straight box, whether it's a flatbed, whether it's a step deck, whether it's a Conestoga, I think is how you say that. Right, you can get these market rates as long as it has at least a 30-day average. Over here you can look at the broker's credit score, how many days it generally takes them to pay, if they factor. Shout out to OTR Solutions, right? So that is, we were using Loves and then we switched to OTR, right? So shout out to OTR Solutions. So these are all things that you want to look at. I also learned that if you are brand new coming into this game, guys, and you don't have money to fall back on, you're going to need to factor your loads until you get to where you can wait 21 to 40 days or 21 to 30 days, whatever that broker's pay scale is, right? So you want to build up and scale out until you're able, you want to build and factor out until you're able to have that cushion where you can afford to wait on your money, right? um we don't factor every load. We do factor some loads because um we essentially use leverage one business to fund another one. But everything is still thriving well on the car lot side, on the boutique side, as well as the business here on the trucking side. So we are trying to again scale out another truck, but we have trucks, right? You want to be careful with letting people run under your MC. As far as I know, no one can run under your MC unless they are a employee of yours, right? Um, I hear a lot of, I have a lot of scammers, and they will get you, right? When you're new, because I fell for it. They contacted me, hey, we got this lane, but we charge a lane fee. It's going to be a dedicated route. You got to pay us $400. But I should have known when they wouldn't take the money by my credit card, right? So long story short, we Zelled them, got scammed out of them $400. When I went to pick up this alleged dedicated load, um, there was no pickup number. It was a legit place, but it just didn't have a pickup number, right? Of course, when I tried to call, they didn't answer, right? So be careful with these scams out here. Make sure you're staying up on your FMCSA, right? So if you do not know the proper steps to uh, become, to getting your authority, I will quickly try to go over them. So you're going to either get you a process agent, which is going to file all of your paperwork for you, of course, for that fee, right? But if you do it on your own, it's $300 per authority that you need. Now, I will say that we are getting ready to enter into the brokerage side. I cannot wait. I'm super, super excited. Um, but anyway, so you find your process assistant. They file all your paperwork for you. You need a UCR, unified, what is it, unified carrier registration. So UCR registration, you need that. You need a BOC3. You need a carrier authority, which is the MC number. You need a DOT number. You need insurance, um, specifically cargo, and whether you carry full coverage or just liability on yours. I carry mine with I think they require 1 million. I carry 2 million. Um, what else? I think feel like I'm missing something else. BOC3, UCR, your insurance, DOT number, your MC number. Is my folder right here? Oh, my binder's right here, y'all. So let me just make sure I'm telling you everything, because I don't want to miss anything. So you will get like a MC certificate. Because I have a CDL, I needed a medical card, which I have that. You will need a W-9. Okay, so this is what your certificate. Oops, y'all can't really see that because I have the filter on. But you'll need a certificate of liability. You'll need your um you will need your Secretary of State from forming your business. You will need articles of organization. But I think, and you will need an EOD. Okay, and you'll need an EOD. So I think that I covered all of those. If I missed one, please leave it in the comments. But I think you got it. We got it all. Now, if you are going to be like me and you're going to go into this on the brokerage side as well, you have to separate the two. right? You need a new number, a new email, a new business name, um, a new registration with the state, a new MC number, a new DOT number. You need a surety bond, right? A surety bond of at least 75,000, right? So there's that, y'all. That's been our journey on our first 34 days. Stay tuned on the ride for me. I will be uploading some more loads that we did. So thank you so much. Until the next time. Thanks for watching. Be blessed. Stay tuned. I'm T, and I'm out.